What's up, everybody? Justin here. Hope you're having a good Thursday night, and hope you have a good Friday and weekend. This is my Impact on Pop. Impact from India, June 15th, 2017 review. Here it is. I started watching within like 35-40 minutes into the show because I was not home to see the beginning. So what I saw is Mahami Sheeran, Impact Wrestling's India star, I guess. He gets the win over, what was that guy's name? Sheeran gets the win over, I think his name's BK. I think that's the guy's name. Mahami Sheeran wins some tournament called the Sony 6 Trophy. So Mahami Sheeran wins a Sony 6 Trophy, and I didn't give a rat's ass. I didn't care one bit. Good for India and their fans. If they're fans of Sheeran, I hope you're happy. I'm not a fan of the guy, and I don't care that he won the Sony 6 Trophy. I could care less. So Mahami Sheeran wins a tournament of the Sony 6 Trophy. Now, up next, then we had Josh Matthews talking to JB, saying, "You want me to make you," or I don't remember. I zoned Josh Matthews out. Well, I don't remember what he said, but it was stupid. Whatever Josh Matthews says is stupid. Up next, we had Sanjay Dutt video package and promo from him. This was very good, very entertaining. Dutt was talking about how he wants to become X Division champion. He's never held it before, and he wants to win it tonight. The main event would be Sanjay Dutt challenging the X Division champion Low-Ki. So good promo video from Sanjay Dutt. Then we have a promo about the X Division title match in the main event tonight. Then backstage in a segment, we have JB and Joseph Park talking about their match, their tag team match against Matthews and Scott Steiner at Slammiversary 15. It was a pretty funny segment. JB and Joseph Park just started talking about food, and they were both said they're hungry. Then we have a LAX promo video. That was good. Then we have EC3 coming out, dressed in all white, dressed in like meditation clothes, or like he's a masseuse. It was weird. EC3 comes out, sits in the ring like he's meditating. EC3 has an interpreter with him, so I guess the Indian fans there could understand what EC3 was saying in his promo in the ring. So then EC3 starts saying he is a new man and how he loves India, stuff like that, and how Impact is making history in India because they're the first wrestling company that has done TV from India. And then EC3's theme song, Trouble, 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 his theme is like an Indian remix. It was weird, but that was pretty funny. Then EC3 decides to turn on the fans. He starts ripping them apart, calling India a hellhole, that this place, the arena, wherever they are, the Sony 6 soundstage, he says this place is a hellhole, India's a hellhole. He rips the fans apart. That's funny. Then EC3 attacks the interpreter. That was also funny. Then James Storm comes out. James Storm makes the save. Not the save, but James Storm just runs in because he wants to kick EC3's ass. And EC3 bails out of the ring after that. So at Slammiversary, I believe, we have James Storm against EC3. I don't know if it's a street fight, but it should be. So up next we had... What was next? Rockstar Spud backstage. They were eating like at lunch tables. Rockstar Spud was eating. He was yelling at Swoggle, talking about the little midget, Hornswoggle. Now he's called Swoggle. He's in Impact. He was eating at another table. Rockstar Spud's yelling at him. He just starts screaming at him, "I hate you, why are you here?" And then he yells, "I hate short people." That is pretty damn funny. And then Swoggle runs up behind Rockstar Spud, starts smashing his face into the plate. This was kind of stupid. Why you... I guess this is comedy. You always need some comedy in wrestling, but this was bad comedy. This wasn't funny. It was just stupid, and it just pissed me off because Rockstar Spud deserves better than getting beat up by Hornswoggle. Rockstar Spud is way better, 1,000 times better than Hornswoggle. So I guess they're gonna have Rockstar Spud against Swoggle at Slammiversary. That'll be a mess of a match. Unless it's like no DQ or something and Rockstar Spud, I would love to see Rockstar Spud power bomb Hornswoggle through a damn table. So after that, Josh Matthews has a public workout. This was god awful. This brought the show down. I mean, when I turned it on, Sheeran winning the Sony 6, that was damn stupid because I didn't care. And then they have Josh Matthews do a public workout, and I could care even less for Josh Matthews than I care for Mahabi Sheeran. At least Sheeran is a decent wrestler. Josh Matthews isn't decent or good at anything. So he has a public workout with some fat guy in a leotard as his opponent. And then the fat guy starts... This segment, Josh Matthews' public workout, it was just embarrassing. It was embarrassing as hell. And the fat guy, his opponent, does 2 arm drags on Josh Matthews and drop kicks Matthews. And Matthews gets up. He's pretty upset. He's yelling at the fat guy. He's yelling at him, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Like they had a deal before. Anyways, then Josh Matthews puts the guy in the fat guy, he puts him in a Steiner recliner. Fat guy passes out, loses the match. And Josh Matthews won't release the Steiner recliner. It was a very stupid public workout segment. I hated it. And I hate Josh Matthews. He's god awful. Josh Matthews needs to get out of wrestling. So next we had, after the Steiner recliner, he wouldn't release it. Then Mahabi Sheeran comes out to save the fat guy. And then Josh Matthews runs away out of the ring from Sheeran. Then Bobby Lashley comes out and helps Matthews. And Bobby Lashley then takes out Mahabi Sheeran. Lashley takes out Sheeran. And I didn't care. So then Alberto Del Rio comes out to chase Lashley and try to get after Lashley. And Alberto tries to get at Lashley, but Lashley bails out of the ring like a scared little bitch. By the way, at Slammiversary, I guess the main event is Alberto El Patron, Global Force Wrestling Champion, against Impact World Champion Bobby Lashley. That's the main event of Slammiversary. It'll probably be a good match, but I don't care about it. I don't care to see Lashley against Alberto. This shouldn't be a pay-per-view main event. Definitely not for Slammiversary, because I'm just not interested in seeing it. I saw Lashley and El Patron on an episode of Impact. They had a good match, but it shouldn't be on pay-per-view. But Impact really has no choice. In my opinion, they really have no choice but to put Alberto and Lashley in the main event of a pay-per-view, because they don't have that many main event talents. By the way, they should have put EC3 in the main event, but Well, they didn't. Instead, they're taking two ex-WWE talents. Lashley, Impact Champion's been it for a couple times for a while. And Lashley has probably spent more time in Impact anyways than he has in WWE. But my point is, Lashley, Alberto, they're two former WWE guys. And they're going at it in the main event of an Impact Slammiversary pay-per-view. That's a stupid idea. But again, Impact Wrestling really has no choice because they don't have many big stars. The only other guys they could put in the main event of Slammiversary is like James Storm and EC3, and that's about it. Because they don't have many big stars that a lot of fans know. I'm sure a lot of fans know Lashley and Alberto are. So I'm not gonna bash Impact for their Slammiversary main event, but I don't care about it. So up next we had Slammiversary main event promo. A lot of talents from Matt Sydal, Magnus, Alberto, Lashley. We're all talking about Slammiversary and how great it's gonna be, and how great the main event. Alberto is saying we're gonna put on one of the greatest main events, and we're gonna bring this company back to where they deserve to be, or something like that. So they're hyping up Slammiversary in a promo video. Then up next we had, again, JB and Joseph Park in a backstage segment. Scott Steiner was calling on JB's cell phone. He was scared. Park was scared. They didn't want to pick up the cell phone because they were scared to talk to Scott Steiner, because the guy's a loose cannon. The guy's insane, in my opinion. And I'm not just talking about his character. I think he's insane. So Joseph Park picks up the phone. Scott Steiner, you can hear him, his voice coming out of the phone. The guy's just yelling at Park, putting him down and cursing at him, over and over cursing, and many, many bleeps. That's all I could tell what Scott Steiner was doing. The guy just kept cursing, and it was stupid, because they had to keep just bleeping it. That was stupid. So then Park was saying, "I'm sorry, sir. Please calm down." And then JB and Joseph Park said, "We don't want to go through with the match at Slammiversary. We want to call it off." Scott Steiner won't let him. Then JB or one of them kept saying, hang up, and then Scott Steiner was still on the line, and they could have just pressed the damn button to hang up on him, but they were too scared to hang up on him. So that was pretty stupid. Dumb segment. I like JB. I like Joseph Park in Abyss, but I didn't like this segment. Then Scott Steiner's yelling at them. You could hear him on the other side yelling at them, "Don't you dare hang up on me." It was stupid. And then, but the beginning was funny because Joseph Park was holding a Scott Steiner figure, wrestling action figure. He was yelling at another figure, and the other figure was Magnus, because Joseph Park said, "This is Magnus because nobody's ever made a Josh Matthews action figure, because nobody's ever cared to, of any company he's been in." So that was pretty damn funny. So next we had Trevor Lee. Finally, we had another wrestling match. There weren't that many. There probably were maybe some more in the first hour, but I missed a lot of the first hour. So Trevor Lee against Braxton Sutter. Braxton Sutter was with Ali. Braxton Sutter wins. And then out comes Saraya, the Global Force Wrestling Women's Champion, Saraya, or Saraya, whatever her name is. She's a good wrestler. She gets on the mic and is talking about Ali, talking about next week, Ali. Next week says you are going to have to team with your new friend, Rosemary. And she's saying you can't even trust Rosemary. Is she even going to show up for you? And then, by the way, at Slammiversary, it's title for title, women's title, Global Force Wrestling women's title, which means zero, means nothing to me or any fans. Global Force Wrestling Women's title against Impact Wrestling Knockouts title. So it's Rosemary against Saraya, or Saraya. It's Rosemary, Saraya at Slammiversary, title for title. I hope Rosemary wins that, because she should be a double champion. She's that awesome. So next we had a promo from Low Ki. Low Ki had a good promo talking about he's going to defeat Sanjay Dutt tonight and basically destroy him. It was a cool promo. Low Ki really looked like a hitman. If you know the video game Hitman, well, that's what Low Ki looks like. His character looks like Hitman. And it was a good, cool promo from Low Ki. The guy is Low Ki has a very deep voice. It's pretty funny to hear him cut a promo. Slammiversary now has another promo with the talents talking about Slammiversary 15. I'm not excited for Slammiversary 15. I should be, but I'm not. I'll still probably watch it and order it so I can do a review on it. And I want to order it to support the talents in Impact Wrestling, but I'm not that excited for it. So then Moose comes out up next, has an in-ring promo. Out comes Eli Drake, tells India is saying, "What's up, India? What's up, India?" He keeps repeating, "India, India," and the crowd's cheering him. Then Eli Drake says, "Shut up, dummies." That was pretty damn funny. Then a fight breaks out in the ring. Chris Adonis is involved, and Moose is involved. And Chris Adonis is taken out by Moose. And then he says, Moose gets on the mic and says, "Next week, I will tell you who my partner is next week," I guess for Slammiversary. I believe his partner is an NFL player, I think. So now Scott Steiner, or this was a segment. After the Moose segment, Scott Steiner calls JB and Joseph Park on the phone, and it's stupid. Now we have the main event. Low Ki defending the X Division Championship against Sanjay Dutt. Sanjay Dutt, I believe the guy first appeared in TNA in 03 on pay-per-view. So made his TNA debut in 03. Maybe 04, but 03 or 04. Sanjay Dutt made his debut. The guy's never been X Division champion. Never. That's really hard to believe. Sanjay Dutt has never been X Division champion, but it is the truth. He never has been. Never won the X Division title. So they had a pretty good match. Sanjay Dutt had an eye patch on, or his eye taped up because it was injured like a month ago. His eye got swollen shut during like a 5 or 6 way X Division match. It was pretty nasty. He couldn't open his eye, and it was giant, swollen up. And Low Ki had some tape or stitches like right above his eyebrow, so he got busted open a couple weeks ago by Sanjay Dutt. Low Ki rips off the tape over his eye, rips it off, is trying to dig in his eye, work over his eye. That's pretty cool. Sanjay Dutt fights back. They go to the outside. They brawl on the outside. They go over the guardrail. And they had like a little stage set up in the crowd. They had stages, like 2 or 3 stages on top of each other, where the Indian fans were just standing. Looked like they had no chairs for them. I didn't see them sitting. I mean, maybe some of them sat, but they were all standing. And there's a stage. Low Ki, Sanjay Dutt go up on the stage in the crowd. They're fighting, brawling on the stage. That was fun. That was cool. And they're back on the outside fighting. And they go back in the ring. And by the way, Low Ki, the guy, I keep forgetting this, but Low Ki was in the very first match in TNA history. On June 19th, I believe, or 18th, 19th or 18th. June 18th or 19th, 2002, Low Ki was in the very first TNA match. It was a 6-man tag. I believe it was Low Ki, Jerry Lynn, AJ Styles against the Flying Elvises. And it was pretty damn good. So that's pretty hard. That's hard to believe. Low-Ki was in the first TNA match, and he's still around doing pretty damn well. And he still looks like he's in his prime. So anyways, Sanjay Dutt, the guy's dream comes true. It's a big splash, or it might have been a frog splash. Sanjay Dutt wins and is a new Impact Wrestling X Division champion. Sanjay Dutt, new X Division champion. This is the first time he's ever held it. Congrats to him. The guy's a great worker. I'm happy for Sanjay Dutt that he's X Division champion. I'm happy he'll probably defend it at Slammiversary 15, probably against Low-Ki in a rematch. So good for Sanjay Dutt. I'm glad the X Division title match. I'm glad it was the main event. That was a good decision. This ends my Impact on Pop. Impact from India, June 15th, 2017. Review. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. Follow me on Twitter. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. What else was I going to say? I think I had something else to say. Not really, but after this year, I don't know if I'm going to review Impact Wrestling anymore. I don't know if I'm going to do predictions for their pay-per-views anymore. They only have like 2 pay-per-views a year anyways. Slammiversary and Bound for Glory. I don't know if I'm going to predict or review their shows anymore. I don't know if I'm going to do it in 2018. I really think it's time to stop doing predictions and reviews for Impact Wrestling in 2018. I've done them in 2015, 2016, and this year. Next year, I don't think anybody's going to give a rat's ass. I don't think anybody gives a rat's ass now about watching Impact. But next year, I think less are even going to watch. And that's sad, but that's how I feel. So I don't think it's worth doing predictions or reviews in 2018 for Impact Wrestling because nobody watches. And I'm not talking about my reviews or predictions. I don't care if anybody watches. Of course I care because I wouldn't keep doing this. If I would keep getting 1 view of video, I would stop. But I don't think anybody cares about watching Impact Wrestling. So in 2018, I'm probably going to stop predictions and reviews for pay-per-views and Impact on Pops. If you don't want me to stop predictions or reviews, comment under this video and tell me if you think I should keep doing it, because right now in 2018 or by November or December I'm going to stop doing reviews for Impact because I don't think anybody cares or watches anymore. That's my opinion. If I get, I don't know, 5 or 10 comments under this video, maybe I can reconsider not stopping doing reviews for Impact. But as of right now, I'm going to stop. By at least November, I'm going to stop doing them because nobody cares about Impact. I still care, but I mean, I'll tell you the truth. My love for TNA and Impact Wrestling, they're not TNA anymore, but they used to be. My love for them used to be at like an 8 or 9 or 10 or 7 at least. Right now, my love for them, my passion for watching Impact Wrestling is down to like a 2. It's down to like a 2. And that's sad, but that's how I feel. So, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a great weekend. Bye for now, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this review because in November I'm going to stop.